welcome to Sven Tarot. I'm Sven, back again with another reading. So today's picker card is messages from your spirit guides. That is your ancestors, whether from Earth or galactic, your fairies, your gnomes, your angels, whatever you reference as a spirit guide, and also depending on who comes through. We're gonna get into what they had to say to you, whether it's regarding your current circumstances or just like things happening around you or within you that you need to know. And I really hope that this reading is what you need right now and that it resonates. And if it does, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel out. But without wasting time, let's get into it. I'll meet you at your bar. Hi there, Pawan. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Nine of Pentacles. Hope that you're all doing well and good. Thank you for choosing my video and being here. Whether you're a new or constant viewer, you are highly appreciated. So I'm gonna get started by just tapping into the type of spirit guide that's coming through for you and who they are to kind of give you an idea. Okay, sorry. Divine Spirit Guides, can you please tap me into Pawan Spirit Guide that's coming through? Pawan's Divine Spirit Guide that's coming through, please. Who is the Spirit Guide? Ooh, you get the Ace of Cups. Alright, so with the Ace of Cups, this Spirit Guide that's coming through is just like a very loving, caring guide. This is a guide who probably likes to give, and since they're your guide, they probably like to give you, whether they probably like to whether this is like giving you opportunities or bringing people into your life, or giving you chances to kind of evolve. This is like I'm hearing mercy. This is like the type of guide that is just always here to pick you up. Like, I'm getting an image of a mom, like a mom at like her son's game. It's just like she's the one cheering and screaming, "That's my son!" And when the little boy falls down, it's like, you can get up, you can get up, you can do it. I'm also getting an image of like someone running on the track, and it's like their parent is on the other side, like cheering them on, like running with them. Like, this is the type of guy who enjoys like being on your adventures with you. So whatever it is that you do, like especially just like it has to do like with active sports, or whether it's being out in nature, they want to be there. This is also probably like a guide who enjoys being out in nature themselves. um this is like the type of guy who's just like, whatever you're doing, I'm there, I'm cheering you on. It's like, you want to go hiking, I'll be there. If you fall down, I'm there. I'm that little voice that's telling you to get up. I'm that little voice that's like, if you are having a hard day, maybe even like right now you're having a hard time, this is the little voice in the back of your mind that's just like telling you to get out of bed, trying to convince you to feed yourself, trying to convince you to get in the shower. This is the guy that's just like always there to kind of lift you up when you're down. Like, I'm feeling like a mom type of vibe, like a very affectionate dad. Like, this is probably like a feminine energy, and I'm not talking female or male, I'm talking like feminine energy, very nurturing, very protective, very like, see how this seahorse is just holding that pearl, and like it's like a bird, like a mama bird with its like eggs. It's like very protective as well. I'm getting an image of like a bald eagle, just protective of its nest. I'm getting an image of a dragon. So as much as they have this feminine energy about them, it's just like a very loving. They can get into that protective energy. And feminine doesn't always mean subtle. Feminines can be protective as well. And it's the emotions that allow them for them to be as protective, and they especially are in tune. So this could also be um a guide who's just like, who doesn't want anyone to mess with you. And whenever you kind of make mistakes and you want to feel bad about it and just like cuss yourself out, this is like the voice that's telling you to be kinder to yourself. This is like, oh, like, this is the best friend, man. Like, I don't know how you guys communicate with your guides and how close you are with them, but if you ever talk to your guides, this is like, not to ever say that other guides are never listening, but this one is just like there, you know? Like, if maybe you're having a bad day and you're talking to yourself and just like, "Ugh, I messed up, I did this, I did that," and maybe talking out loud, but to yourself, they're there. They're there. And whenever you have those little moments of just like, but I can do better and I'm sorry, like, this is their energy. This is their loving. This is the energy that comes through. It's very loving, it's very forgiving, it's very supportive, it's very, but it's also, don't mess with my baby. Like, you know, it's very protective. So as much as it's very loving and very, they want you to be out there and live your best life and they want to be there with you, they don't like it when people mess with you. And it's very protective. Like, I'm getting an image of a mama cat, with like a baby cat and the hissing and just like, stay away, this is mine. I'm also getting an image of Avatar. I forgot the girl's name, but the female from Avatar, and how protective she was of Jake towards the end. Like, yeah, it's just like, this is my baby. I don't want anyone to hurt them. So this is like a very loving, very caring spirit guide, and it's just like, this is my baby. This is my baby. I'm here for my baby. I'm hearing ancestors. So for some of you, it could be an ancestor who's just like, that's my baby. And it's just like a feminine, very, very respected as well. If it was an ancestor as well, if you resonate with that, this was like an ancestor who's probably like royalty at their time, or very respected at their time, very revered, very just like, what they had to say mattered, and they had the last word. They could have also been like, they could have been also like a part of some tribe, and they could have been the priestess or the chief of that tribe. But I'm also getting like I'm getting like a Shaka Zulu, but I'm also getting like, I'm getting, what's the movie, Black Panther. you know this is like a female warrior, very protective, very nurturing, but will do whatever they can to protect their family, protect their loved ones. But it's just like one of, I don't know, I'm trying to find a way to describe it. It's just like one of those feminine energies, like just one of those, you know think about it as like a mother, very loving, very kind, until you get on the wrong side of them, especially when it comes to their kids. Like, if you come for a mother's child, even like the fathers who are very protective, if you come for them, it's just like, I'm like, off with your head, but it's very nice. It's just like, I'm here for you. I'm hearing the song by Pofu. Is that how you say his name? I'll keep. No, it's not Pofu. It's not. I don't think it's Pofu. I think it's Pofu. Deathbed. Yeah, I'm hearing that song. So I don't know if you guys are going through a hard time and they're just letting you know through that song. If you pay attention to the lyrics, it's just like about being there for somebody. And they're here for you if you're going through a hard time, or if ever you go through a hard time. Like, if they could manifest in the physical form, it would just be someone you'd eat ice cream with. Why you cry over the boy, or why you cry over the job that you couldn't get, or maybe even a silly mistake that you made. They just like there to cheer you up. It's like a best friend. Oh, so cute. So let's hear what they'd like to address. What they'd like to address. Divine Spirit Guides. What would the Spirit Guide like? Oh, and look at how we got the King of Cups. Oh. So yeah, this is definitely someone who's just like very loving, very nurturing, very caring, and protective if they had to be. And royal as well with the king there. Um. Okay, but let's get into what they want to address. What message are they bringing to you? What are we talking about? What message does the spirit guide have for part one? What are we talking about? And I'm hearing Royals by Lord now. I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. So maybe that's somebody's favorite song, or it's just like in that royal. Alright. Okay, so we have the star card and we have the high priestess. So this could probably have to do with something that is related to your, I feel like the star card, it's yes, it is about wish fulfillment, but it also is just like looking up into the heavens for guidance. So maybe, like I said, I maybe you guys are going through a hard time, or maybe you want help on something, and it's just like you're going maybe if all right. Let's ground ourselves. All right. So maybe you are going through a hard time and you need help and advice and guidance. But maybe you aren't going through a hard time. It's just a matter of, you know, the advice that is coming through. Is I feel like I'm getting a heavenly vibe about this star card right now. And for some of you, if it relates to especially since this Ace of Cups, this guide is the type of guide that likes to give to you. There could be a message of you having to let go of something or someone that isn't serving you so that they could give you something better. You know, especially with the Nine of Pentacles, which is about this abundance that you deserve, which is about receiving. It's also about high expectations, not high expectations. Yeah, it could also be about high expectations. Maybe um you having to let go of something that isn't of your caliber, especially like I said, I am tapping into like some kind of royal energy. So if you've maybe been crying over someone who isn't worth it, or something that isn't working out, it doesn't have to be a person. This could just be talking about letting go, you know, and just leave that behind. Let that person go because something better wants to come in, right? But if it has nothing to, if you don't resonate to, you're in a state of just like, oh, if you don't feel like that, then it could also be with this high priestess, just like it could be about your gifts. It could, because like I said, the star card for me represents the heavens, and the heavens is connection to the all that is divine. It's the divine messages that come through. It's your intuition, it's your psychic abilities. There could be just like a message of just like being present, and wherever you find yourself, whether again it's in relation to this bad place you might be in, or even if it's a happy place, or just like wherever you are, it could be a message of just like be present in it. So yeah, it could be just like a call to be present in whatever it is that you're going through, because there may be, like I said, the heavens, a higher purpose for the situation. So whether it relates to having to let go of someone, whether it relates to not understanding where you are right now and feeling confused just in general, or just even if you're in a happy place, just like being present in it and understanding that there's a um higher purpose for it. And it just could also just remind you of why you're here. So this purpose is a part of why you're here, why you're on this planet, why you're in that body, in the form that you're in. um and it's just like, pay attention to the situation that you're in, not in an obsessive way, because for instance, if you are going through a hard time letting go of someone, it's not just like sitting there and constantly thinking about them, but more of, why are you still thinking about them? What role has this person played in your life? Why is it hard to let them go? If it has nothing to do with the person, if it's a job, I'm trying my best to give examples, but it is general because like I'm connecting to different people. It could just be, for instance, if it's a job, it's maybe you want this job and it's been kind of hard getting it, or even if you get it, maybe there's fears around it. This is just a reminder. This guide is asking you to be present and grounded. Maybe this is why I had to say that before. I had to just like be grounded to get the message properly, for you to receive your guidance, for you to understand why it's happening and why it's happening in your life. You need to be grounded. You need to be grounded by connected to the heavens. Do you know? I don't know how to put it. It's just like I'm getting an image of someone on grass meditating, and it's just like they're grounded on that floor, on that grass, but their head is up in the sky, it's up in the clouds. So whenever you're thinking about the situation, or whenever you're just present in the moment that you are in, just try to find a higher purpose for it. Try to find a higher reasoning for it. And I know that like we can't always live like that because just life is, but when you have those moments, and or try to even create those moments where you find presence. And I keep going back to nature, so maybe it's also just like a call for you to go out in nature, because nature will give you that presence. Nature will allow you to have that moment to yourself, because um maybe it's hard to have that moment to yourself in the house with kids running around, or with your brothers or sisters all over the place, and just like, there's noise. going out into the park or out in nature where it's just like the birds, the trees whistling, and it's just you and nature, and it's you and your guide. And I feel like this guide connects better to you honestly outside. And not to say that if you're inside the house they're not there, they are, but just like for a better strong connection, it's just like going outside, and even like sitting by an ocean if you live near one, or like a lake, just like a body of water. I feel like it will help you. It won't give you all of the answers because everything has to happen, in its transitions, but it will help you feel grounded. It will help you kind of have some kind of understanding and acceptance of how things are moving or flowing in your life. So I feel like this is what your guide wanted to address, is that if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling hopeless, or even if you're not feeling this, but there's a sense of something's missing, or you know it's just a reminder that everything is happening as it should and there's a purpose for it. And if you're feeling lost, it's just like you can always reach out to that guide. We're gonna get into how in a second, but you can always reach out to that guide. I'm feeling confused, I'm feeling lost, I'm feeling good, but there's still something missing in my life. Or maybe there's nothing missing. Just like, can you remind me how to be present as well? Because even when things are happening well in our life and everything is going great, we still have just like to be present in that greatness. We don't just want to be like swept off by the greatness that it happens so quickly. So there's just a call to be present. There's a call to just be in our surroundings as much as we're in that environment. Be I don't know how to explain. It's just like, yeah, I hope you get it. um okay, so let's get into what sorry guys. So yeah, grounding. Let's get into like what you need to prioritize right now in your life in order to kind of have this grounded energy, or just like in general, what is your guide asking you to prioritize? So this is irrespective to what you're going through, and not to disregard it, but it's more of just like a guidance. So irrespective of what you're going through, this, oh, look at that, a transformation. Maybe some of you are going through a transformation, a death of some kind, especially the star card. It does represent letting go. And I did quote Deathbed by Pofu earlier. Is it Pofu? Anyway, so maybe you guys are going through some kind of death, some kind of transformation, and it's just like all confusing, and but okay, divine spirit guides, can we get what one should prioritize? I'm hearing Easy by Adele as well. So maybe some of you are actually going through a hard time, and maybe you're like, no, I'm not. Maybe it's because you haven't taken the time to actually realize that everything you've been doing, you could be trying to distract yourself from actually what's bubbling underneath. So maybe this is why you're being asked to actually sit down and be present and kind of just be still and see what it is that's coming through for you. All right, so what should Pawan prioritize right now in their life? Divine Spirit Guide. What should I'm hearing yourself, but let's see. What should they prioritize? What should Pawan prioritize right now? Okay, so we got this Ten of Swords, and it didn't really come up in upright or in reverse, but like I said, you could be going through some kind of hurt. So it could just be like prioritizing that healing. But let's see. Can I get a proper? Can it come up properly? Because I have a hard time. When they come up sideways, it's hard for me to kind of see if it's up or down sometimes. But can I get a proper card for Power One? What should they be prioritizing? So it could be your healing, your Three of Wands. Okay. And then we got the Four of Pentacles right there. Okay, so it definitely, like I said earlier with the Ace of Cups, this guide is a giver. All right. They love giving you new opportunities. They love giving you new experiences. And if right now you're going through a moment where it's just like everything is still and I don't know what to do and everything is confusing, right now it's like prioritize with the Three of Wands. It's just like prioritizing, like I said, yourself, and prioritizing your growth, your expansion, whether this is financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I feel like for some of you right now it could be emotionally, especially like I said with the Deathbed song. You could be going through some kind of emotional transition. But with the Nine of Pentacles, it could also be financial. because your card is the Nine of Pentacles there. So it just could be whatever it is, and the Star card, it just could be anything, because the Star card is also about spirituality to me. So whatever transition that you're going through right now, there's just like a call to whatever phase or whatever space you're in right now. What you need to prioritize is yourself in regards to how you're choosing to move onward. Like I said, you were already told with the star card to be present and grounded, with the high priestess confirming it for me. It's just like a matter of you connecting to this intuitive guidance within you, and this guidance that your guide gives you, in order for you to kind of move swiftly or gently, swiftly, gently, or just like move, yeah, move swiftly from this space that you're in. Because I don't know, I feel like for some of you, could be going through a hard time. I'm even getting an image of somebody crying. And even if you aren't, it could just be like prioritizing yourself right now, and your growth and how you're trying to move forward in your life is really important. So we're not looking back on the past. And so if there's anything we need to address, we do so. We heal that, we transmute that, we let it go. We let go of those people. If we feel like in order for us to move on, we need to um address these situations with these people. If they're willing to do so, we address those. But if they're not, then we don't spend time um fantasizing about it, or wishing that they'll reach out. Or even if it's not a person, I'm just using this as an example. It could cater to anything in your situation. So it's just a matter of what isn't serving us anymore. We're moving away from it, because you are the Nine of Pentacles. Actually, I feel like this is the type of person that you are. You are meant to just like really experience really good things, especially financially, just like luxury, and you like the nice things. But it could also just be emotionally. You're meant to be treated well, you know. And if you are around people who are not doing that, the call is to walk away from that, prioritizing yourself and your experience and your growth. So if right now, it obviously relates to what that means for you. If your growth right now means going out to the gym, let's start doing that. If your growth means starting that YouTube channel, or um going out to auditions because maybe you can sing or you can act or you can dance, do that. Maybe right now it's more just like isolating yourself from people and just like focusing on you. Do that. But the Three of Wands is about going out there. So I feel like maybe it resonates to just like wanting to shout off the world right now, but I feel like eventually Three of Wands is just like putting yourself out there, but like going out there into the community, so connecting with people who actually resonate with you. So your priority right now is being around people and doing things that actually lift you up instead of just dragging you down. um and I'm going back to deathbed again because I just heard this in my head, and it's just like being around people who actually liven you up instead of drag you down into your deathbed is what is being advised right now with the Three of Wands. So it's just like, again, starting that YouTube channel, meeting those friends, going out, again. And it doesn't have to be splurging. I know sometimes people think having friends means, oh, I need money to go out in places. Like, you can actually have a great time with people without having to spend money. Society lately is just like money, 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 this. It doesn't have to be like that. There's nothing wrong with money. um Money is great, and money allows you to have great experiences, and if you have the money and you can afford it, then do it. But if you know it's not in your budget, then go out in nature, go out for a hike, go out to a park, go out swimming in a lake. Ride a bicycle, find a friend who rides a bicycle if you don't have one yourself. you know I don't think that you're stuck. I think that what you need to do is just realize that you've been prioritizing the wrong people, and wow, this word, prioritizing the wrong things. So this is not to dismiss your feelings, your emotions, and how you've been. It's just like we can move on from that. We've done the sulking, we've done the crying, but we don't have to be in this confused state, you know? And I feel like it all starts with just like tapping into your intuition, tapping into your guidance. Um, so let's see what signs your guides give you, or this guide gives you, or what signs they'll be giving you in order for you just like to keep going. I'm getting an image of like what's it called? That bird from, is it a goose? No. You know that, what was that movie? Was it Nemo, Finding Nemo? I think it was Finding Nemo, and yeah, it was Finding Nemo, and there was this bird. I forgot what it's called. Okay, when I'm channeling, I go blank. But there was this bird that lives by the sea, by the, is it a gull? A seagull? I don't know, but I'm getting an image of that kind of bird. So if you hang around the ocean and whatnot, that is a sign for you as well. And I'm not really in too deep with the spiritual meaning, so that would be something that would cater to you, obviously, because sometimes, like seeing a snake could mean something different to another person and whatnot. But I'm getting an image of a bird, which makes sense with this heavenly vibe that's coming through. So I'm getting an image of that bird. And I'm getting an image of like a white dove or like a white pigeon, like, or any white bird. Because right now I'm having a hard time actually just like naming them. So if you're not really, this is why I'd suggest that, like, if you look at this bird and if it like approaches you, or if you see one, it's the type of bird with the yellow beak, man, the white big bird with the yellow beak. And for some of you it's like a white dove. And if you see this bird, before going onto Google and asking what it means to see this bird, with the star card and the high priestess earlier, can you just like close your eyes and ask what that means for you? Because it could mean a lot of different things. And maybe for you in the day it would mean, that you are being guided, you're being watched over. Or maybe in a different day it would mean that peace is coming into your life. It could really mean anything. But before you go into Google, just like tap into your own intuition and kind of like ask your guide, you know what that means. So I'm getting a bird so far, but let's see what signs you guys are gonna give you. Alright, so Divine Spirit Guides, what signs should Palman look out for? Sorry. We got the Ten of Swords again. But what signs should and alright, I just wanted to point out that she's dressed in white and she looks like a bird, you know? So birds definitely, but she looks like an angel. Or like a big bird. But anyway, what signs should Palman look out for when, going down this path on this journey, or just in general from the guide? What signs should they look out for? And again, I can't really say what this sign would mean, because even though it's like this guide, I'm connecting to different people. You don't all share the same guide. So it would be about you tapping into that and trying to understand what it means before going on to Google, because sometimes Google can help us clarify, but it's always better to start within ourselves. But what was the question? What signs will Pawan be getting from their guide? Or what signs? Guys, going out in nature. What did I say about birds? Oh my gosh. Look at that. With the 5 of Swords. We got birds here. White birds. I think these are doves. So definitely birds are a sign for you guys. And again, depending on what that means to you. But we got the 7 of Swords and we got birds again. And we got goose. Are these goose? Geese. We got all these ducks. Oh my god, I'm really sorry, guys. You know what this is if you're looking at it. So birds are definitely a sign for you guys, and that's a sign that you should look out for. And then we have the 8 of Cups. Spending time around the ocean is also really important, because I'm really drawn to just like the shore here. And I did say that, I don't know, I live in Johannesburg. We don't have ocean water here or seawater. So I'd like to imagine that the kind of bird I was describing would be found near like the ocean or like a beach or somewhere. So yeah, and I feel like the clouds as well. If you, yeah, I don't know, guys. Can you see this? Looks like an angel to me. If you guys can see that, it looks like an angel to me. Oh my gosh. Did you even see the cards properly? Because I'm just realizing that there's a glare. But we have the doves here. Okay, the birdies. And then we have the birdies again here with the Five of Swords. So birds are definitely a sign you should look out for, and always ask for internal guidance to know what that means for you. I feel like I'm also getting that clouds, and looking at the shape of the clouds and what that represents for you and what that means for you. But this would obviously mean different things, but I'm also getting that this would be a sign that you're on the right path, and you're on the right path to moving on from this, or to moving into this new transition, or moving away from the old. It would be a sign that you're doing well, you're doing good, and it would be a sign, obviously, that you're being watched over. Um, and also, just in general, spend time in nature and around animals. I feel like that is good for you, especially birds. I'm getting an image of Home Alone, that bird lady. So I don't know if you guys feed birds, but just like if you do, keep doing that. That's really awesome. Um, give back to Mother Nature. So whether that's feeding birds or just like picking up trash, and just like, yeah, I feel like connecting to Mother Nature is really important, because this guide is really connected to nature as well. And maybe that would be one way of honoring them as well. But let's see actually how to honor this guide. Real spirit guides. How can Palawan honor their guide, their spirit guide? How can Palawan honor their spirit guide? I keep hearing this song Deathbed by Pofu, honestly. Is it and okay guys, maybe that's not the song, but I'm hearing I'll keep you safe, na 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 na, and I. So if that's not Deathbed, that's a different song that's coming through as well. But I'm also like getting an image of literally Deathbed Pofu. But yeah, so I just feel like you guys, you're loved, you cater for. How can you honor your divine? How can you honor your spirit guide? Divine spirit guides. How can Pawan honor their spirit guide? How can Pawan honor the spirit guide? Ooh, we got the Hermit and we got the Nine of Wands. Yeah. So I feel like the Hermit really talks about going inward and just like taking time from people and honor that. But what I'm feeling right now, connecting to self is really important. That's how you honor your guide, because like I said, this guide is very loving of you. They care about you so much. And so when you take time to put in all that love and effort into yourself, that's how you honor them, by taking care of yourself, internally, so that how you eat, how you think, and externally, like how you dress, how you working out. So this is not to say that like change up your wardrobe, but more of like dress in colors or in clothes that actually light you up. Dress in clothes that make you feel confident. You don't have to splurge. Like thrift shopping is really great. You can find really good clothes there. But if you like to splurge, do so. But like, you can honor this guide by really just nurturing yourself and loving yourself and taking time to give back to you. So whether that means going out in nature, if you're comfortable with that. I know some people don't, because they don't like the bugs, they don't like the mosquitoes, they don't like the sun, they don't like. So whatever that means to you, whether that's writing poetry, whether that's taking a long hot bath, whatever it means to you. If you want to honor this guide, just like really be gentle with yourself and take care of yourself, and do anything that really allows for you to be at your best. So that means cutting people off, that don't allow for that to be. How many minutes do we have? Okay, I'm just gonna end it here. But yeah, pal one, this was your reading. I hope that it resonated. And if it did, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to listen to a different reading. Namaste. Hi there, pal 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Three of Swords. Thank you for joining me and choosing my video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and it resonates. Let's get started with the guide that's coming through for you guys. Okay. Divine spirit guides, please tap me into pal 2's guide. What spirit guide is coming through for pal 2? spirit guide is coming through about you. Ooh. Okay. So we got the Hierophant. I hope you guys can see that. I know that there's a glare from the lighting. Amazing. Okay. So this is like, I'm hearing angel, you know? Um and I don't know if you guys know, but your ancestors could also be your angels, but it could be, so just like take it as your name. I'm hearing that this is take it as it resonates. This is an angel. I'm feeling like this is like a badass angel, like Archangel Michael, for instance. Like this is just like this is the type of angel that I don't want to say is feared, but like this is like badass. Like um I'm hearing right hand. So if you guys are Christian and or Catholic or whatever, it doesn't really matter what you believe in, but like I feel like this is an angel, and after the likes of just like an archangel, like maybe Michael and Gabriel, you know, even her Ariel. So I feel like it's someone who's just like very. I'm hearing the law. This is a guide that just like has respect for the law of the universe and how it is and how it works. You know how it moves, and um this is someone who, why do I say someone, but this is a guide that they uphold the law. Like this isn't a guide who's just like, I don't know, like they're so so respectable, respected, and they respect others, they respect the law. I'm not getting like, I think I'm above everyone else type of vibe, or I'm not feeling that vibe at all. So even if this was an ancestor, I don't think this is someone who thought or saw themselves as like better than anyone. If anything, this is just someone who's probably just like, they were sought out. Like this is someone that people came to. If it's an ancestor and you relate to that, or if it's an angel, this is just like, this is a guide that maybe even you come to whenever you just feel like, whoa, I'm feeling like I'm losing it. I'm losing the trail. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what decision. I feel like this is a guide that deals with morals and the law, what is just, what is right, what is fair. So if for instance maybe you did something that you see is immoral, this is a guide that you would come to, you know. Or maybe like I'm also getting just like back in the day, because I'm also getting that this could be an ancestor for some of you who's an angel now. Who's your angel? So I feel like back in the day, right? um this would be like an ancestor that people will come to because they knew things. Like they could have been like a shaman or like a priestess. I'm even getting that for some of you, a priest, a medium. This was someone who's just like spiritual, very, and if you resonate to being in a religious family, they were like proper religious or just like a free spirit. This person was just like, what is just is just. What, this person didn't take sides. Like whether it was family or not, if what you did wasn't right, if what you do isn't right, it's just like you'll get the karma, you will reap what you sow. It's just like, these are the laws of the universe. This is how the universe operates. This is how things are done. So I'm not going to take favors because we're family. I'm not going to take favors because we're friends. I'm not going to take favors because even with you, and not to say that I feel like they're hard on you sometimes, but not to say in a way that's just like menacing, or it's just like, this is this is the guide that comes through if you do something and you view it as immoral, right? Or unjust. And maybe you try to brush it off. I'm getting that this is a guide that's just like that. Like I'm also getting like, you know that in the cartoon there's always like the angel and the devil on the shoulder. This is like that guide that shows up when you did something wrong. This is the guide like that convinces you like, hey, what you did wasn't right. You need to apologize. You need to make things right. If you stole something, you need to make it right. You need to confess. This is the guide that's just like, I'm not gonna take sides. You know, I love you, but what you did wasn't right. So this guy that's coming through is someone that guides you. I don't know why I say someone, so it could have been an ancestor. But I'm also getting to angel. So um this guide, their purpose, you know, in your life is to make sure that when you do something that isn't just with the universal laws or isn't right, um they're here to make sure that you understand that. So whether, for instance, maybe you stole something from somebody, maybe you'll just have it in the back of your head that I can't believe I did that. I need to do something right, until it's like you have a guilty conscience. Yeah, you know. And it's not forced on you. It's more just like their energy when they're present around you. It's just like what you did was wrong, and so they're here to kind of steer you in the right direction if you ever get off course, you know, if you ever do something that isn't with the universal laws, that you're just like you're not kind, um or you steal from somebody, or you hurt someone in some way. They're here to kind of, I'm gonna make sure that I love you, you're my son, you're my daughter, but it's just like karma. It has to be. And when it happens, you don't go through it alone. They're here for you. That's something that you have to know. So if you ever did something wrong, it's just an example. This is just like the guide who would be like, we have to go through this. You have to, you know, pay your debt. You have to make things right. But I'm going to be here for you. I'm not going to just leave you alone. I'm just not going to be, I don't want to call it punishment, but just like the wheel rotates and it comes back to you. And when it does, this is not like a guide that would just leave you now that the wheel has come right back to you. They would be here for you, and their energy is more like it's just like here to influence you, even kind of bringing people in your life who would help you make better decisions. So this is the type of guide that even if you get into addictions, like really bad addictions like alcohol or drug, and you start destroying your life, they bring order into your life, you know they're there, they protect you, but if you have to learn a lesson from those addictions, they kind of let it happen, not to harm you, but so that you can learn the lesson. And when you don't learn, this is the type of guide who would bring in people into your life who would help you steer you in the right direction, right? So yeah, this is just like that strict father, that strict mother, they're here to kind of make sure that you don't ever go off path, but they love you and they would be there for you if you ever did anything bad, or yeah. So it's just like a very law justice. um yeah. So all right, that's the type of guy that they are. They're just like, they're about that. And if it's not just in catering to you, it could be the people around you as well. It's like if anyone messes with you in a way that is unjust, they also like, it just goes both ways. I was just speaking more in reference to you because this is your guide, but it goes both ways. So if somebody just like abuses the universal laws in relation to you in some way, um this person, oh, this guide, maybe it's like, okay, this guide is there to kind of make sure that they receive that part of the wheel. When it rotates, they definitely get that, you know um but I'm not getting it's in a punishing way, or just like I'm here to make sure that people are, you get punished. It's more of just like I'm just upholding the law of the universe. So it's not a malicious energy. It's not a at all. It's just like very even ground here. It's very beautiful. It's very, you know. And I'm hearing Saint Michael as well, so maybe some of you resonate with that. But it's just like, what you did. You need to make reparations. You need to, um, yeah. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. Um, okay, so let's get into what they'd like to address. Um, what message do you have, Divine Spirit Guides, for part two? What does the spirit guide? What messages does the spirit guide have for part two? What are we talking about? What are we? Ooh, the Hermit. Okay, so we do have the Eight of Cups. So maybe you go. Oh, I don't want to show this because I wasn't sure, but like, oh man, I don't know if you guys could see that, but there was a transformation card here, and I was drawn to it, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna leave that alone. And now we got the Eight of Cups. So are you guys coming from or going through some kind of transitional period in your life right now? Especially with the Three of Swords, maybe you were hurt, or maybe something happened that wasn't that great for you. But other way, I feel like you're walking away from it, and it's just like a transition that you're stepping into. Um, Seven of Swords, could it just like be people or things that weren't really good for you, that didn't have good intentions? But yeah, like I feel like you. All right. So if you resonate with that, it's cool, take it. But if you don't, let's just see what the message says. I feel like you guys, like I said, you're going through some kind of transition, and the message right now is just more like be with yourself as much as you can. This is not to say we're cutting off the world completely. We're not going to see our friends. We're not going to talk to family. But it's more just like it's really time for us to go back within ourselves, because there's just an energy of we've given out so much. Now it's time for us to come back and fill our own cup, and if our cup is filled enough, then we can go out there sharing it with the world. All right. So we're coming back into our own, and we've spent time and energy on other people, but now we're giving it back to ourselves. And this means that whatever lessons that we've learned from this Eight of Cups, this transition, this Three of Swords, even if it's not the Three of Swords energy, but whatever lesson we've learned from our previous spot, and as we're transitioning, we're trying to take that in right now so that we can know what to apply as we move into this new phase of our life. So I feel like for some of you, it really depends, because I know not everyone is religious, but whatever faith and belief that you have, there's also a call to go back to that. Go back to what grounds you in regards to your faith. So if you're a religious person, that's cool, like the Bible, or um, I don't know, the Quran. I'm trying to think of all these other scriptures, but um, maybe for some of you, I'm hearing the Vedas, so I don't know. But if you're religious like that, and if you're not religious, it could just be like going back to that internal guidance or whatever guidance you find. Because I'm also feeling that some of you could just like understand that there's truth in each religion, and you just like use that entire um truth and you let that guide you. But there's also a call to just like these lessons that you've learned from this transition you've come from, as much as we're taking time for ourselves, for some of you, if you feel that you're ready, can we, I don't know if you guys have some kind of platform, and even if you don't have a platform, with the people around you, can you teach others what you've learned from your transition, what you've learned from how far you've grown? Because now I'm really drawn to her, and look at, she's calling order, and she's like, look at me. She looks like she has tea. I got knowledge to share, and I'm asking that you guys now really pay attention to me, because I want to give that out to you. So it could also be about that you're being called to, or guided, or the messages be, if you resonate to just like taking time out for yourself right now as you heal and going inward and stepping into your faith and letting that guide you, that's cool. But there's also a message of just like, can you take this and I'm getting an image of uh, is it, I forget this guy's name all the time. Is it Kane or Caleb or something like that? I'm getting an image of the Fruit for Thoughts guy, he has these reels on Instagram or even TikTok where he eats a fruit and he shares some kind of knowledge or advice, or or thoughts. So that's what I'm getting. So I don't know if you guys are on social media as well. So it's just like can you teach people what you've learned so far in your journey? Can you help them if you feel that you're ready? Because if you're not, then this is the time for you to just like be with yourself and be grounded and rooted in your belief, whatever it is that is. Maybe you don't even believe, but I find it kind of hard that you'd be watching this if you didn't believe in something. But whatever it is that you believe in, can you ground yourself in that and root yourself in that and connect back to that right now? Because that's what you need. You need that guidance. And when you're ready, can you share that with others? So the message is just like really taking time to address what we've been through and how we've learned and how we're growing, how we choose to move forward for it and move forward from it, and how we are wanting to share this knowledge and hoping that it will impact the people around us positively as well. So it's just like, it's really dope. Um, yeah, it's really cool. I want to say something, but I don't know how to put it in words. It could also be in relation to this, you know. I think your guide is guiding you in this because, like I said, I made examples about addictions. I made examples about just like doing things that weren't that great to others, or in not in accordance with the universal laws. Um, so it could be that this transition that you're in is requiring you to kind of take that into consideration. And so whatever you've learned from that experience, like I said, if you're open to it right now and you're ready sharing it with others, and if you're not, just like internalizing and trying to understand what it meant and why did I do those things, and you know, how am I moving forward from it? And now that I have a better understanding of self, can I use my own experience to help others have a better understanding of themselves? Okay, that's what I wanted to say. I hope it came out in a way that I see it in my mind. I don't know. Um, so what are we prioritizing? What does part two have to prioritize? Alright, so divine spirit guide. What would the part two's divine spirit guide like part two to prioritize right now? What are we prioritizing? Okay, so we get the full card and we get the wheel of fortune, or the fortune's wheel. So the full card is about new beginnings or endings, coming from an ending and stepping into this new beginning, which I've already talked about with the Eight of Cups earlier, that we saw this transition. Right now we're focusing on this transition that we're in. So whatever that means to you right now, because I can't really be specific with whatever it is you're going through, but the focus is on this transition and what we're choosing to learn from it, or bring, because it's not just about what we've learned from the previous transition, it's about what new knowledge now that we know, and what new knowledge we're bringing into this new transition that we're in ourselves. um Sorry guys, let me just, so I feel like it's about being open to learning, relearning, you know, because we've come from a different transition, we're going into this new one, and we have a new concept, a new way of understanding of things, but now we have to relearn, you know. So yeah, we had addictions and we're fighting through it. We're coming through this transition where we're choosing, it's just an example, it doesn't have to be it's an addiction, but we're choosing to step away from these addictions, and our new coping mechanisms is what we're taking into this new transition. But what is that going to bring, you know? What new things are we learning about ourselves, and how we're applying that to help us grow? So I feel like right now you need to prioritize this newfound self, or this new emerging self, and prioritizing the nurturing of these new experiences and this newfound self, and being patient and understanding that creation takes time. So this new self that is coming, with these new experiences that have been created, um it takes time. And even though you may not seen it, may have not seen it from these past experiences that you were going through, you were slowly molding this new person, and now all these new experiences, and now it's coming forth. But we still need to be patient with ourselves. Can you see all the green down there? And all this just like, it's just like the healing and the beautiful energy, and just like, so with the full card, it's also just reminding us that okay, we have an idea of what we want for ourselves and the life that we want, but we don't know it all either, because we're still the fool and we're still trying to figure things out, and this is why we need to be patient. So it's important that right now you prioritize this growth with patience and with care and with understanding that there's still a little bit more to learn, whatever that means for you. This new transition should be prioritized in that way, to make things easier for yourself. So let's see what your signs what signs your guides will be giving you, to let you know maybe that you're on the right path, or that they're here for you, or whatever it may relate to you. Because I want to say that it's not always that I'm sorry guys, give me a minute. It's not always that you'll see a bird and it will mean what Google says it would mean. Maybe a bird means something different to you. Maybe you actually see something that reminds you of your childhood and that kind of triggers some kind of memory within you, and it's just like, oh, that's what that means. So I'm not going to be too specific on what this might mean. I'm just going to say that this is what you might see. And I feel like for you it's animals, something with animals. But let me see. Divine Spirit Guide. What signs should Pal 2 look out for? Um, how will Pal 2's, this wanted to come out as a lion. How would Pal 2's guide communicate with Pal 2? What signs should they look out for? Okay, I'm gonna get one more because with the other one, okay. Let me see. I just need to look at these. We got the Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. I need to just see what it means for me right now, and then I'll kind of let you know. I feel like for you, like I said with that inner child example, maybe you'll see something with, because the Seven of Pentacles is just making me think of that right now. Maybe you'll see something that, I want to say that one of the signs that, okay, let me start with the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, from what I'm feeling and what I'm getting, one of the signs that your guides will be communicating with you has to do with your inner child and has to do with your childhood. So whether that's seeing an animal that you liked, or a cartoon, or maybe an ad that reminds you of, like, maybe just even sliding through Instagram and then you're just like, ah, the Teletubbies, you know? So whatever emotion that will invoke within you, that would be the message. But I feel like it has to do with your inner child, and I know the Seven of Pentacles is about having fun as well, so it makes me think of an inner child, your expression. So I feel like that's what's coming. That's a sign you want to look out for. I feel like also something with flowers. I'm hearing orchids, lilies for some of you, and I'm also getting an image of like a sunflower. So like plants as well, you know, that would be a sign you want to look out for. Maybe they kind of remind you of a time at a farm with your family when you were a kid, or maybe not even when you were a kid, but at your happiest moments. I'm also getting an image of a girl running through a field of like really tall grass, and like, so maybe anything that has to do with like plants, and it has to I feel like it's connected to your inner child as well, or like your childhood memories, and whatever emotion that it evokes, that's just like where the message lies. So for me, if I see the Teletubbies, I get all excited, like, oh my god, you know, and there's a special message for me there. I understand what it means. So maybe for you it's ice cream, maybe your favorite ice cream, or the smell of, I don't know why I'm smelling, I get a smell. I feel like your dad's or your mom's perfume, or a smell of, you know, whatever emotion that invokes. That's the message there. So I can't be very specific with the Ten of Swords. I want to say that for some of you, um, one of the signs that your guides will be around. I'm hearing that it would be like some kind of a test, right? So it would be the triggers. So maybe your transition includes or involves walking away from someone who wasn't good for you, and then you walk into them out of the blue. They're at the mall, out of the blue they're at the park. That could trigger you, and whatever emotions come through from that, that will be like a sign for you that, oh, we still need to heal this. But it will also be like a test on how you are going to approach the situation. So it doesn't have to be like a person, it could be anything. I feel like one of the signs that your guides, or this guide, sorry, will be around is if you get triggered in regards to this transition you just came from. And they're gonna be there, and it's just a reminder. They're telling you they're gonna be there because they're there for you. And however you go about the decision, be patient with yourself. We still have a lot to learn. As much as we have an idea on how what isn't serving us anymore, we still have to kind of put that into practice. So I feel like one of the signs, it's being triggered by something or someone, and how we react to that is just kind of be like, the message will be in there. So like I said with the example of seeing someone you haven't seen in a long time, and it's just like, I didn't know I had these feelings. Now you know that these feelings that need to be worked through. So that is the message. We still need to heal this. But maybe you stub your toe and you react in a way that isn't usual. um I don't know why I got an image of that. Somebody stubbing their toe and you're just like, you're lashing out at everyone around you. That is your sign, that is your trigger. There is something that is still needed to be plucked out. So obviously this is just basically indicating that there's still some healing that needs to be done. um but yeah, your signs will be triggering, and like the plants that I mentioned and whatnot, and something that's to do with childhood memories. How can you honor your guides, Divine? Oh my god, power to you. How can you honor your guides for all that they do for you? Ow. Alright. Divine Spirit Guide. How would Pal 2's guide appreciate that Pal 2 honor them? How would they appreciate? How should Pal 2 honor their guide? We got the page. Okay, so guys, alright. We got the transformation and we got the page of cups. And I feel like I'm basically gonna say everything I just said right now about your childhood and getting triggered and transitions and whatnot. But the best way for you to honor your your guide is, I wanted to say guide, but I say guard. So maybe it could be just a message of just letting your guard down, and going back to your inner child, nurturing your inner child. So it could be having fun doing things that you enjoy doing as a child. It could be addressing shadows, triggers, traumas from your inner child. Whatever it is that resonates for you and relates to your inner child, that's how you can honor your guide. Because your guide is acknowledging that a lot of things and a lot of behaviors and maybe even these addictions come from some kind of inner child wounding, pain, trauma. And I feel like you'd be honoring your guide if you worked things through with your inner child, if you allowed your inner child to express themselves. So whether this is how you dress, how you talk, actually speaking up, and or addressing, like I said, things from the past, this is how you can honor your guide. And I feel like your guide is not wanting you to create some kind of altar for them or whatnot. They just want you to take care of your inner child. Because I don't know, for some reason I'm getting that someone thought that that would include, an altar or whatnot. I'm picking up on that vibe. Maybe someone thought, oh, is that how I'm gonna? No, your guide is like, no, I don't need that. I just want you to honor your inner child. That's how you can honor me. So I can't be specific because we all went through different experiences, but honor. And look at these flowers. Is it a flower? Is it a plant? It's a lotus, isn't it? I believe so. So letting your guard down, guys, because it's just like so open. So letting your guard down and just like healing your inner child, allowing your inner child to express themselves. That's how you can honor this guide. So yeah, Paltu, this was your reading. I wish you best on your transformation and your growth. Thank you for watching till I see a different one. Namaste. Hi there, Pal 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Patience card, and I hope that you're all doing well and good. Thank you for choosing to join me and watch this reading. I hope that it resonates. So, we're gonna start first with the guide that's coming through. I feel like it's a galactic connection. I'm getting extraterrestrial vibes. Okay, but let's see. Divine Spirit Guides, can you tap me into Pal 3's energy? What guide is coming through? What guide is coming through? This is definitely an extraterrestrial. I'm even hearing E.T. by Katy Perry. What guide is coming through for Pal 3? Okay. So we have the Love card with the number 6, and we got the Magician here. Okay, so I feel like this, for some of you, not all of you, This is this guide, ET. This ET guide. Let me just say this guide. Okay, the spirit guide watches over you very closely because for some of you, you are family to them. So um this could have been like this is family to you. Like when you're not in this physical body, so in a different plane, this was family to you. I don't even want to say it was because it's not like it's in the past. Everything is just like um happening all at once. So like this is your family for some of you, and they watch you closely because of that. um this is a guide that probably guides you when it comes to the things to matters of like the hearts and relationships for some of you. um I am getting an image of Orion's belt. Some of you could have connections to Egypt, so it could be just like around Orion, or like, so that would be like the Greys or the Mintakans that's coming through. And so this guide is more of just like, I feel like with the love right here, I feel like they have to do with like love, and not relationships as in romantic only, but just in general, like your love and your open heart. I'm getting an image of like the Pleiadians now. So I feel like this guide usually comes through when it comes to the matters of the heart. So whether you're feeling heartbreak, or you're in love, or you met a new friend, or just like heart, when you're just like heart. I'm getting images like a heart chakra opening up, just like, so yeah. Even when it's not open, when it's feeling blocked, this is the guide that also comes through sometimes to kind of help clear that out. Some of you, um, I'm hearing Reiki, but some of you may experience energetic healing in your sleep, and you may be like conscious of it in a way. So maybe you could feel it through like a lucid dream, or you could astral project and you could like see it. Um, but this is the guide that also comes through to kind of fix you up a bit energetically whenever you're not feeling that great. So I don't know if you guys have experienced that. Um, but I'm also just thinking about the solar plexus right now. So this guide also kind of comes through when you're dealing with like matters and confidence, or just feeling like life isn't what you want it to be right now. Kind of makes sense with this patience card. So yeah, because patience is about like, actually, like this card is about patience and just like understanding that things take time sometimes. And so this guide could come through whenever you're feeling like giving up on love, feeling like giving up on the people around you, or just, feeling like, when is it my turn to have amazing experiences with, whether it's like romantic or just like platonic friendships. Just um they keep you safe. The energy is very, and it's very present. It's really chilly right now, like it's like proper present. And so maybe you may feel like a very chilly, it's not like the wind or like a breeze, you just like know it's just, it's like it's a special kind of chill. And that's how they let you know that they're present, when it just like, it feels like really chilly. um but it's not cold, you know it's like just chilly. I don't know if you guys understand. So this guide deals with your, for some of you there could be a gray, I am getting that, and please just like don't get all because not all grays are bad, because not all humans are bad, because not everything is all bad, everything is just like imbalance. And um this, for some of you, could be a gray. Like I'm saying, I'm actually getting an image of a gray reaching out their hand. For some of you could be Pleiadians and Orion system, like the Mintakans. But you'll take what it resonates. My heart is doing things right now. So I don't know if this guide is specifically coming through because maybe right now you're healing something in the heart, or you're, I don't know, we'll get into it. But yeah, so this is the guide that comes through in regards to your heart, and it's definitely ET. I'm just feeling the vibe. And Katy Perry keeps playing in my mind. Um, so yeah, let's get into why they're here. Let's understand what is the message that is coming through. Divine Spirit head skin. My light is starting to die, my goodness. Why what would Pal 2's guide talk about? What would they like to talk about? What message does Pal 2's spirit guide have for Pal 2? What are we addressing? Ooh, strength card. It's so weird, guys. Not weird, but like look at the 5 of Cups. Are you guys going through something right now where maybe it's just like you don't feel like life is how you want it to be? Maybe your solar plexus is out of balance, maybe your heart chakra isn't that open, or maybe you just don't really feel like things are good. Maybe there's some things you're not really addressing from the past, or choosing to ignore, or maybe you're just being bothered by these things from the past. But we have the strength card, and I just find it, look at that, both lions. Maybe your lion could also be like a spirit animal, or it could just be like how this guide shows up as well. Maybe you'll see lions around, but I'm also just like really about this brown, you know. So it's just a very nurturing, loving energy coming through. Okay, so I feel like we are, the message for you right now is just like strength. I don't know how else to put it, but it could be that right now, like I said, if you are going through a hard time and maybe feeling impatient about things in life, you are being asked to kind of not necessarily hold a brave face, but to just like keep faith and have courage and strength and faith, courageous faith that whatever is meant to be in your life will manifest as it should when it is meant to. And if there are any fears, there's kind of just like a message of that you have the strength, and I'm here to bless you and give you with the strength, um, this confidence that you need to go after your goals and be victorious um, about them. There also could be just like a supporting character coming through in your life who can help you step into the strength. And I'm talking like physically, not just like a guide, but like maybe someone may come into your life to kind of help you tap into your strength as well. But I feel like this guide is just here to let you know that whatever it is that you're going through, you're not alone, and you have the strength, and I will give you that strength. You know, I will give you that heart, because I'm hearing you gotta have heart. You know, and maybe some of you have lost your muchness. I'm quoting for Alice. I'm quoting from Alice in Wonderland, and it's just like, have you lost your muchness? Where it's just like your mojo, your spice, what makes you you, because you are just like very special, Paltry. And I'm not just saying this for the sake of it, but I'm actually getting an image of just like you are the combination of just like the best blends of spices, the best, you know, fabric there could be. And the fact that you may not be seeing it right now may have, or you may have like doubts or fears about it. It's sad. It's actually kind of sad because you have this within you, and it's just a matter of tapping into that strength, tapping into that courage, and believing in it. So whether this is you feeling that you're not worthy of love or friendships or career or whatever it is, you are worthy of it. And I feel like the first step would be to just like addressing what this problem is coming from, what this mentality is, where it's stemming from. And it's like you are being blessed with the strength to do that right now. It's just like if you never felt like you had the courage to confront it, it's like this guide is telling you that I'm here. I'm here to give this to you. And I feel like crying because, like I'm telling you, for some of you, this is a guide that you're close with, because in this Orion system, or this is family to you. In this different dimension, this is your friend, this is your family. In a totally different reality from Earth, this is someone who's very close to you, and they're watching you on Earth not be how they know you. It's like, oh my god, it's like having a friend, right? Just imagine, let me just speak in general in regards to Earth. It's like having a friend that she was so close to, in primary school and then maybe you separated. They were so confident, they were so bubbly and alive, and then in high school they changed. They're not so happy anymore, they're not so motivated, and because of the close relationship and bond that you had, even if it's a sibling, it's just an example. It's like it's weird to see them that way, and this is just what it's feeling like. Or even if it's just imagine what it feels like for a parent to one minute have a kid who's so bubbly and alive, and then the next thing they're just depressed and sad. It's heartbreaking, and this is what I'm feeling. This guide is breaking. Their heart is breaking over this situation. So it doesn't have to be that you're literally going through the worst, but it could be a moment of confusion, a moment of self-doubt, self-criticism. It doesn't have to be the worst of the worst. Or even if it is, your guide is watching over you, and they're just sad because this is not how they even envision you experiencing Earth, or just like your life in general. And so they're just like saying that I'm here as not only your strength, but I'm gonna share bits of my strength with you. But it's like they don't want to completely give you their entire strength because they want you to find your own strength. So it's just like I'm gonna share little bits of my strength, and hopefully that charges you up, right? Charges you up enough for you to kind of find that strength within you and come back alive. I'm getting an image of, like, when you're stuck and then just like those cable, you get someone to get the cable and it's just like charge up your car real quickly, and it's just like everything is up to date. After that you gotta get your car fixed. So I feel like that's the vibe here. It's just like they're gonna give you that little jump start, that little strength you need, that little courage you need, that little confidence you need, and then they're hoping that you can kind of carry this journey on your own, because it is your journey. They can only watch from where they are. Wow. um Let us see what they're asking you to prioritize in order for this to happen. Divine Spirit Guide. What would Pal 3's Divine Spirit Guide like Pal 3 to prioritize right now? Ooh. Okay, so we got the Fool card. And so you're being asked to prioritize a new transition for yourself. So, like I said, they're gonna give you this little jump start, but how you move on, where you go from here, it's up to you. And they would like that you prioritize creating something different for yourself, starting over, because you shouldn't be afraid to start over. And I'm getting an image of like a little toddler wearing their mother's like high heels, and they just like keep falling and falling. So it's just like, yeah, so you're not gonna get it right the first time, but eventually this toddler grows up into a young lady, and they can know. I mean, they can know. Oh my god, girl, your English. Um, but they grow up into this young lady, and they now know how to walk confidently in those heels. So I feel like that's a metaphor for how sometimes life hands us situations and we don't really know how to handle them. And we fall over and over and over. And it's just like they're here to be kind of like, hey, you walked in those heels for a while and it wasn't that great. But look at you now. You're this young lady and you're walking in these heels and you're confident. It doesn't have to be that you're a woman. It's a metaphor for just like, it doesn't matter how many times you fall. It's about how you get up and how you choose to take lessons from this and be confident in it. And that's what they're asking you to do. They're asking you to create a new life for yourself. And you shouldn't be afraid to start over. It just like keep going is what's coming through. No matter how many times you fall, just keep creating, keep creating, keep creating. And it's okay if it feels like you don't know what you're doing. It's okay if it feels like people around you feel like you don't know what you're doing, and it makes you feel stupid. It feels like, embarrassed. It's okay. But don't let that kind of hold you back. Don't let that define you. Because I'm hearing a song by Willow Smith, and she goes, you say you want to fly? That's all right. Gotta buckle up, gotta hold on tight, gotta get in your right side of mind. So you want to, you know, you want to have that macabre spin, but you can't just like let it happen like that. There's some things that you need to go through. There's moments of enlightenment, and what it comes through, it comes with, sorry, it comes with a lot of growth, it comes with a lot of trauma, comes with a lot of pain, and healing from that pain and not letting it hold us back and learning from it. So I feel like I'm getting an image of ashes of sorry, not image, but I'm getting an image of it. The video by Breaking Benjamin, Ashes of Eden is the song. So there's just like a reminder as well that you come from a very special place and you're here on earth now. And it's painful because the song, to me, as I relate to it, is a little sad. If you don't know the song, I'm gonna repeat. It's Ashes of Eden by Breaking Benjamin. So maybe you'd want to listen to that and kind of get the story and the concept of there. So it's just like you're coming from a very special place and you're here on earth and everything just feels very crazy for you. And no matter how much you try, it just doesn't feel like home. It doesn't feel like great, but you can make it home. You can make it great. And this is what you're being asked to prioritize. See a different life for yourself. See a different existence. See a different way of being. See yourself differently and just like create. I'm getting an image of somebody who's just like literally dragging themselves out of bed and they look into the mirror and they don't like what they see. They close their eyes for like a minute and they just imagine the best possible, experiences, and then they open their eyes and it's just like, well, why can't I have that for myself? You can. And obviously it's not just going to happen so quickly because you had to go through life. This is how just things are, you know. We have the patience card for a reason. So this life that you want to live, can you be patient about it? And while you're being patient, can you not give up on yourself? Because this guide is definitely not giving up on you. This guide is definitely not giving up on you. So please don't give up on yourself. All right, pal. So let's get into how you can honor this guide. Um, yeah, I keep hearing Ashes of Eden, so you guys might want to listen to this song. I'm also hearing there's all right, okay, obviously it makes sense because we are tapping into like out of this world energy, but I'm also hearing the song by what's my guy's name? Um okay, I forgot the guy's name and I forgot the title of the song, but the lyrics go, I'm isolated, desolated parts. I'm miles away from Earth, so tell me, um, if this isn't real, I am nothing, just totally lost. I'm closer to the stars. You can't see how I fall. Um, so it's basically also just like the concept of it's metaphorically using space in the analogy of space and extraterrestrial experience to kind of describe what this person is going through in their life. So again, it's just like matching ET with Katy Perry, and it's just like it's really cool how these is coming through. I forgot the song, and the guy who sings it, but hopefully you get the lyrics and you can just like Google them up, and you get the song for you if I don't remember to include it in the description. Divine Spirit Guides. How can powerful honor their Divine Spirit Guide? By honoring yourself. I'm hearing by honoring yourself. Okay, but we got the Chariot. No, how dare I do that? How dare I do that? Okay, guys, I just realized I skipped something. I skipped a part of the reading, but it's okay. We can end with that. How dare I do that? Like, what is my rush? But you can honor this guide by honoring yourself and Chariot card by making things happen. That is going after the life that you want and being confident that you can have it because you can, you know? So with the Chariot card, it's just like you can honor this guide by like literally just going after the life that you want and going after your goals and achieving it and not holding back on the world, not holding back on yourself, and just like putting yourself out there and doing your thing. That's how you can honor this guide, by being your best self. But I'm sorry, that actually has to go to the top. I'm very sorry for that, guys. Before this, I had to ask what signs you'll be getting to know that this guide is around, or that will kind of help you on this journey. So what signs should Pal 3 look out for? Maybe the number 4, what signs, maybe you'll be drawn to pile 4 as well, I don't know. What signs should pile 3 look out for? What signs? I'm getting an image of a Milky Way. So maybe you might see that on an ad on YouTube, or like scrolling through Instagram or a picture somewhere. Oh, chills. I got goosebumps right now, and like my hair is raising. So that's a sign that your guide is around. The chills that I talked about earlier. What signs should pal 3 look out for to know that their guide is there, or to know that they're on the right path? Oh, I almost put that there. I was like, what you doing? So we got the transformation card and we got the sun card. Let me see what this actually means for me real quickly. With the transformation card, we got number 13 breaks down to 4. So number 4 could be like a number that you want to look out for, and what it means to you is obviously specific, or you might want to Google it if it nothing comes up. But orbs, do you guys, okay, I don't know, but orbs, I feel like orbs of light are also a sign that your guide is around. So whether you might literally see that outside, or like in a dream, or fairy, what do they call them, fireflies, you might see that. This is like, yeah, that's a sign from your guide that it's around and they're here for you. And for you it would be like a sign of this transformation that is happening, this rebirth. All right, that's how you know that you're on this process. When you see these orbs, fireflies, and I'm also getting an image of a firework display. I don't know if that's allowed in your country or whatnot, but like a firework display, it doesn't even have to be like literally outside. It could be like, again, on the internet or wherever you may come across it. It could even be in a dream. That would be like the instant notification that this transformation is beginning. And so, you know, adhere to kind of these messages that have been sent or given to you right now. Okay, with the sun card, I'm getting that, like I said, orbs. I'm getting an image of like the sun, but not like how we see it outside in the day. More like how we see it when it's just like depicted in its planetary system. So it looks like an orb of light. So I feel like that's also maybe the number 2 as well. Because that also stands for balance. I feel like bright light, because I'm really drawn to, like, can you see these rays of light and how it's just coming out there? I'm drawn to that. So I feel like light, and I don't want to just say light, because you could go into your room and like there's a light, but I feel like it's a special kind of light. You will know when you see it. And I feel like that light is there to kind of remind you of that light within you. So like I said, fireflies, orbs, the sun, or like fireworks, anything that is light and bright, it will come out of nowhere. So it will just, like, you'll know when you see it, and that will be a sign from your guides that they're there with you, they're supporting you. Your guide is supporting you and guiding you on this journey. And it's also just like in the midst of this transformation, which kind of makes sense. Look at how bright, look at these little orbs here, these orbs of lights, like these little lights. So yeah, part 3, this was your reading. I hope that it resonated. Till I see a different one, wish you best on your journey. Hi there, powerful, welcome to your reading. You chose the Justice card. I don't know, I feel like if you resonate to having a spirit animal as your spirit guide, and you trust that, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting an image of a wolf, I'm getting an image of a dragon, I'm even getting an image of a donkey. So but maybe this is associated with your guide and not necessarily that it's a spirit animal that is coming through. Divine spirit guides, can you please tap me into powerful energy? What spirit guide is coming through? Yeah, it's a spirit animal for you guys. Okay, let's get a bit more about it. So I'm not really diverse on spirit animals, but I'll just get from the feeling and the vibe. Okay, ooh. So we got the Ace of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, and we got a Pegasus here. So it could be a horse for some of you. But I just want one card or a unicorn. I feel like it's a spirit animal. Okay. How do I see this now? Okay, I'm just gonna put this. I just need you guys to give me a minute. We have a seahorse here. Maybe some of you resonate to that. Okay, all right, because I just needed a moment. I'm not really getting that this is representing a spirit animal. I'm getting what the spirit animal is here to talk about. Because I was just like, wait, how do I see this? Because this is a temptation card, the devil card. And so I was like, how do I see this? I'm getting party horse from a regular show. So for some of you, a horse definitely could be like your spirit guide. Or was it like a unicorn, party horse? Or was it a centaur? I don't know. I don't know what party horse was on regular show, but that's what's coming through. But I feel like what's um this is more of just like what the spirit animal is coming here to address. So this is the message itself. This is so we're acknowledging that the spirit animal is coming through as your spirit guide, and they're addressing this devil energy here. Okay, so did you guys come from one of the pals? I think it was pal 3 that was also talking about addictions. Oh no, or pal 2, I'm not really sure, but it doesn't have to be. If you're only drawn to this, it's fine. But I feel like the spirit animal is coming through, like I said, the wolf, the horse, the Pegasus, a donkey for some of you, and like the seahorse I'm seeing here. Um, so if that resonates, if you feel like, yeah, this is me, all right. I feel like you're being just like the message or like what is being addressed is your now this is not coming from a place of judgment, but your tendency of maybe in your current energy right now choosing gratification over long-term security. So I'm getting an image of right now, like this is no judgment, all right? This is a free place. But maybe this is getting to a point where it's not really doing you any good at all. I am a firm believer in just like living your best life safely, consensually. But I am getting an image, like a scenario in my head of someone who just like keeps switching partners. And I don't, I'm just getting a message that it's not healthy for you anymore. And not that it was ever healthy, but I feel like right now it's getting out of hand, out of pocket is what I'm hearing. And it doesn't have to be with like switching partners. So, oh my gosh, I don't want to use these words. But maybe some of you jump from one relationship to another and you get bored easily. You meet somebody, they don't satisfy you. Next. They don't satisfy you. Next. So it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be people. It also could just be like maybe life or certain things in life don't satisfy you. And so you look for gratification in other things or in other people. And it's I'm really drawn to this chest here. So maybe some of you, your gratification is money, gambling. And if not gambling, it's just like money, 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 money. So I'm constantly working because I love money, 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 money. So it doesn't have to be necessarily that you're gambling. It could be just like you're overworking yourself, like to the point of just like I'm tired, but whoa, I gotta make this money. You know, I want to impress people. I want to look good. I want to, yeah. There's just like I'm getting an image of just like there's a scale and you just like you tipped the scale. You just like there's no balance in your life. There's nothing wrong with having fun, but like once fun is just prioritized over security, that's maybe for you right now because of what you're going through. This feels secure, but it isn't because these people are coming and going. This money is coming and going. Everything that you're doing, it comes and goes. You know, The adult films that you're watching for the instant gratification, it's coming and it's going. It's not here because after that, you're left. Look at how tired she looks. She looks drained, lying over this peach. She looks drained. It's just like, and I'm getting the vibe that you get drained only to be like, okay, I gotta get up and do this again. Maybe it will give me that jump start. Maybe it'll give me that boost. Or maybe after this, you feel like I can go after life again, and then things don't go well, and just like it goes back into this devil energy. I feel like you can balance things out in life. You can have fun and still prioritize the important things. But I feel like it's just like you've tipped the scales of justice. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize this. You've tipped the scales of justice. Look at, I don't like pulling it closer because you know what? It's all right. I just want you guys to see this. You've tipped the scales of justice. You know? Oh my gosh. It's like your spirit animal. I don't know why we're getting a spirit animal and not like another specific guide, but it's coming through and it's like, whoa, no, you know? Like, no. This is not how it should be done. I've been watching you and I've had enough. I don't like it anymore. You know? And it's just making me think of party horse. You party too hard. You party too hard. You're losing the important people around you. You know, whether you're partying to impress your girlfriend's father or your parents or the people around you, it's too much. And partying is just like reference to whether literally partying or overworking yourself or dressing fancy, dressing in things you can't afford, and so having to do things that you don't love or don't like to do just so that you can have all of that. So I just feel like this is the devil energy that's being addressed. It's just like, no, 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 no. I have had enough. I've had enough. That's what I'm hearing. I have had enough. I've had it up to here. You know? It's just like, no. No, 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 no. No. That's what I'm hearing. It's just like, no, it can't happen anymore. We can't do this to ourselves. Okay? Um, So since that's what we're addressing, let's see what your spirit animal would rather have you focus on right now. Um, okay. Experience. What would let me take a bit from here. I'm getting maybe some of you goldfish is a spirit animal. But what would hmm, what would Pal 4 spirit guide appreciate Pal 4 to focus on right now? What should Pal 4 appreciate? What should Pal 4 prioritize right now? What should Pal 4? The 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So we got the 5 of Pentacles. So, like I said, with this devil energy, there is an energy. Okay, let's start with the 5 of Pentacles before I go back to the Temptation card. The 5 of Pentacles is really somebody who's not really feeling like life is going the way they want it. Okay, so I'm putting myself out there, but nobody wants me, or the ones that I want don't want me. I'm putting myself there to get the job, but they don't want me. I'm doing my best, but nobody sees my worth, or I'm not getting where I want to be. You know, whatever I try to do is just like the world is saying no, 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 no. So what do? I feel like this kind of makes you feel better, you know, even if it's just for a minute. Maybe some of you, trigger warning, cut yourselves, or maybe you get high on like really dangerous stuff. But I feel like what is being addressed right now, what your spirit animal would like for you to focus on right now is this 5 of Pentacles energy. It's like, can we stop being codependent on this devil energy? Can we stop being codependent on these drugs, on this sex, on these friends, on these people, on their opinions? Because this is what's dragging us down. This is what's leading us into this spiral. This is what's tipping our scales. This is what's killing us. You're slowly dying and you don't even see it. And it doesn't have to be a physical death, it could be just like you're spiritually dying, you know? And you're using this to cope because you feel like this is the only thing that works, but this is just making things worse. So, right now, your spirit animal is asking you to kind of prioritize fixing things, addressing this codependent energy, whether it's on these drugs, on these habits, on these people. Can we break away from that? It's not going to be easy, but you're being asked to kind of take the initial steps. Can you find help if you don't know how to do it alone? You don't know how to stop with the gambling, don't know how to stop with the drugs, don't know how to stop with caring about what people. I'm hearing Kyle sees. Maybe some of you might, and this is obviously just not going to be how life works always, but some people, maybe you just need words of advice that could cater to you. Maybe some of you, if you watched his videos, you'd find something that would help you, at least on your initial journey, because it's gonna take more than just a YouTube video or an advice from someone through the screen to kind of help you. It's also about the effort that you're putting in. But your spirit animal is just really asking you, please, can you just get away from this codependent energy? Can we step away from this devil energy? And if we can't do it alone, can we find help? Can you find it in yourself to gather the strength to tell your parents, to tell your lover, to tell someone that may be important to you, to, even if you're religious, to go to church, talk to a priest, talk to a therapist? And if you can afford one, can you go to a community um therapist? Can you find a way to just like find someone to talk to about this? Because even if it's not as deep rooted as these addictions, it could be just like your mentality, the way you see yourself, that's just like stopping you from living your best life. Can you find someone to talk to? Because at the end of the day, if you're gonna shut people out and you're not gonna let anyone know how you're feeling, no one's gonna help you. And if it's the people around you that are causing you to be in this devil energy, how are they gonna know if you're not addressing it? And if you address it but they don't listen, then can you find help elsewhere? Can you find a mitigator? So maybe, for instance, if it's family who doesn't understand you, maybe you're feeling pressured by your husband, maybe the kids, it's just too much. Even if it's not like marriage situations, it could be your siblings, it could be your aunts, it could be your friends, it could be your workplace. Whatever it is, if the people around you already can't help you, can you find help elsewhere? But if going out there and finding help isn't working, then clearly you are the one who can only help yourself. And it's not going to happen through these addictions. It's not going to happen through sleeping in more than you should, you know? It's not going to happen through eating food that isn't working, that isn't good for your health. It's not going to happen through this. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. Like, there's an element of anger from your spirit animal, and not anger at you, but anger at the situation, because you're destroying yourself and they don't like it, and I feel like crying. It's like we've watched this girl go on for too long. It can't happen anymore. It has to stop, because you're hurting yourself. And we can only do so much from here, because you don't even pay attention to the signs. You don't even pay attention to the people that we bring into your life to come and help you. You push people away. You're okay with them for a week, and after that you revert back to your habits. So there's an acknowledgement that most of these behaviors are coming from your own thought processes, your own belief system, your own fear of letting people in. So maybe people have tried to help. Maybe the universe, your spirit guides, your spirit animal has brought people and ushered signs into your life to help you, but you keep shutting people out. And then you go back to a pattern. Oh, we have a fox here. I never noticed. The Five of Pentacles, maybe a fox as well. And we got a rabbit down there. Maybe those are also your spirit animals. I'm noticing that for a reason. So maybe a bird as well. So I'm seeing all of this, and it's like, take it as it resonates. But I've been helping you the best way I can from where I am, but you don't even pay attention to the signs. So this reading is like my best way of reaching out to you. Can you address what's going on in your life? Can you find help? If you don't trust anybody, can you just start working on yourself for you, because you're destroying yourself? You just like you're falling apart slowly. I'm getting an image of like really damaged you know the statues from like ancient civilizations when you watch a documentary about it, like they really just like damaged. You're slowly falling apart. Eventually it's going to be nothing. That statue is slowly just breaking down. It's going to be nothing. It's not going to exist anymore. You're going to be a product of this energy, you know. So this is not a literal death, this is a spiritual death. You're just going to be a robot to these temptations, to this devil energy. You're not going to exist anymore. This is where it's headed to, you know. Take it as it resonates. Maybe for some of you this is something that's just like starting out and your guides are like intervening before it gets there. But maybe for some of you who are this deep, you know, you're sinking, you're down this black hole, and it's just like it's not cool. Like, I don't want to lie to you, I am feeling a sense of just disappointment and anger. And it's not at you specifically, but at how you have allowed these things to control you in your life. It's just like you're so much better than that. Um, but let's see what these signs are that your guides have been giving you that maybe you haven't been paying attention to. Okay. And maybe they'll continue to show you these signs just to show you and let you know that they are around. Okay. Um, maybe for some of you it's like maybe you guys came back from the pal 3 or something, but um I'm feeling really cold now, so it could be like a chilly temperature out of the blue coming out of nowhere. That is your spirit guide coming through. All right. What are these signs that pal 4 spirit guide, spirit animal gives to pal 4 whenever they're around, or for guidance? What are the signs? Okay, can I get one more? Because oh, we got 4. Can I get one more? Ooh, I'm hearing the kudu. Okay. Okay. We got the high priestess here, so I feel like you guys choose to ignore your intuition and your guidance, but you're clearly aware of certain things. It's just that you choose to ignore it. We got party horse. We got 2 horses here, so I feel like your horses are a spirit animal, but it's also just like when you see these, this is your spirit animal coming through, like, hey, pay attention, you know. And obviously depending on what horses represent to you, these animals that you see, they come through with a message for you. So whether you want to google that or you want to sit down quickly after this reading to kind of understand what does it mean when a horse appears to me, um there'll be a message for you there, because I can't really be specific. It's different people coming through. um then we have a tower card. So I feel like another way that your spirit animal comes through is by messing things up around you or allowing people to mess things up around you. So maybe some of you feel like, well, things aren't working out for me. People don't treat me right. When you are around people and they show you who they truly are, it's on purpose. That's your guide saying, listen, see this person as they are. If they treat you like as where am I? If they treat you like shit, it's because your guys want you to wake up to the reality of this connection. Okay? If you are around people who are always trying to stir up the pot, they're triggering you because there are things within you are not healing. And whether you're watching a television show or a movie and somebody does something and you get mad at what they do, this is what your guide does on purpose, because they want you to identify these things within you that are upsetting you. So these people around you that you don't like, these people around you that you see as failures to you, they're not loyal to you, they don't love you, they're not kind to you. These people who are making bad decisions, these people that you see as not good, you see it because it's also within you. You're also making bad decisions right now. And when these people do these things, they trigger you, and you get mad. You get mad, why this person lied to me? You know, because you're lying to yourself in regards to the life that you're living. You're not being honest to yourself. You're not being honest to your experience, your human experience, your spiritual experience. You're not being honest to yourself. So of course people are gonna lie to you. Of course people are gonna treat you like shit. Of course people are gonna disregard you, and that's gonna trigger you because that's what you're already doing to yourself. And your guides, they do this and they allow for this to happen because they want you to see it, but you're not seeing it because you choose to ignore it. You are the high priestess, I feel. And I feel like you just choose to ignore it and you would rather just blame it on the world. We got the Three of Swords after that. You would just rather just ignore it because you've been hurt so much. What's the point? What's the point of even trying to work on myself? Because I'm gonna keep attracting the same people. Well, if that's what you think, then that's what's gonna happen. If you allow people to kind of have control over your life and how you choose to live it, then this is what you're gonna get. And I'm sorry I'm shouting, I don't mean to, but your guides are a little bit mad. Maybe this is why, and this is not to make you feel like you're abandoned in any way. If anything, your guides love you so much, and I can feel it. But your spirit animal seems to be coming through the most because this is the current energy that's been reaching out to you. And you don't see it, or you see it and you choose to ignore it, and it's just like, wake up. Like, literally, I'm getting an image of somebody clapping their hands in front of your face. Wake up. This is, it's not gonna stop. It's just a cycle, and you're probably thinking, no, it's nothing. I'm just gonna watch this adult film and I'll be fine. I'm just gonna smoke this and I'll be fine. I'll wake up and it'll be good. But how many times have you been doing this, and has anything changed in your life? Has anything changed? You still keep meeting the same people. You still keep having the same experiences because you still are perpetuating the same cycle. So, my love, I feel like if you want to change your life, start paying attention to these signs. And whenever you're triggered, instead of getting mad and angry at the world, ask yourself, why am I mad? Why am I angry? You're allowed to feel those emotions, but instead of letting them control you, why are you mad? Why are you angry? Why do you feel betrayed? Why do you feel sad? Because when you do that, that's when the healing is going to start. I'm telling you, and I'm not lying. I'm telling you for real. When you start thinking about it, why am I mad that this person lied to me? Well, maybe it has to do with the fact that I haven't been living my true life. Or maybe it just reminds me of a time where someone I trusted betrayed me. Have I forgiven them? Have I forgiven myself? Maybe I should work on that. And then work on it. Work on yourself. Because life, I don't want to sell you candy, sweet stories. That's not how life works. Life is not just going to see you and take pity on you. The universe works with what you give it. And so if you're angry, you're going to get angry people around, angry experiences back. Life is just, it's just a reflection of what you give it, you know? And so if you're going to carry on in this energy thinking that one day somebody's going to save you, the universe has already been sending people in your life, but you've been disregarding them. So how are they going to keep doing that? Because you're hurting those people, you're hurting those innocent souls as well. So why should your guides keep sending these people to come and help you when you keep pushing them away, hurting them? Rather work on yourself right now. I feel like it's up to you, really. Um, but let's see how you can honor your guides. And maybe some of you are just like so, I don't know. I just feel like a nonchalant vibe from some of you. Like, I don't care. Why should I care about the world? Why should I care? What's the point? There is a point to it because you don't know how long you're going to be here for. It could be 10 more years. It could be 50 more years. Imagine experiencing 10 more years or even 50 more years in this energy that you're in. Is that how you want to live your life, honestly? Without judgment, but just think about it. 50 more years. And this is just how you live your life, pleasing other people. Instant gratification. No true purpose. No true vision or concept of self. Constantly surrounded by people that betray me. Oh my gosh, I could not imagine that for myself, and I do not want to imagine that for you. So can you please just like see what the universe is trying to show you? Can you please just allow yourself to be happy? Maybe some of you are afraid to be happy because you're afraid you're gonna be dropped again. But can you just trust that the universe wants to give you something good, and this is why you've been seeing these signs. This is why you're watching this video, because your guides are tired of seeing you in a slump. They want to see you happy. They want to see you enjoying life. But that can only happen if you want it for yourself as well, sweetheart. How can you honor your guide? Divine Spirit guides, how can powerful honor their guides? I'm hearing self-love is the best love by loving yourself. And that means you got the Knight of Swords, yeah. This is why I told you I was picking up on a nonchalant energy. I feel like you girls are just like whatever. Not all of you, obviously, but maybe working on this nonchalant energy is also important because that's what's kind of keeping you in this devil space, you know. Um, but like I'm hearing self-love by Dreamville, and so it's the best love by loving yourself. That's how you honor your guides. Ace of Cups by you you honor your guides by loving yourself and by being receptive to this love and this kindness that they want to give you, but by also giving yourself this love and this kindness and not being afraid to receive this love and this kindness from people around you, not being afraid for these new beginnings. And I feel like with the Ace of Cups, I'm getting an image of the Ace of Pentacles as well. This new beginning that's trying to come into your life that is being handed to you. You honor your guys by actually accepting it, by saying yes to this new change, by saying yes to this new perception. And you don't have to be perfect tomorrow. It starts by waking up, taking a walk outside, being in nature. If you don't like nature, but maybe you're talented with drawing or arting or like dancing, doing the things that you love. But if you don't feel like it starts just like making your bed, cleaning your room, drinking your water, eating healthy. These little things on like a scientific level as well, because science even backs this up, that the things we eat, because of the hormones and all of that it carries, it does have an effect on us. So watching how you eat, watching what you consume, even mentally, just like, you know, your thought process and what you see on television, looking at all of that, that's how you honor your guides, by loving yourself and by being open to this self-love and this love that they give to you as well. Powerful. You know what, I'm really sorry for shouting, but this is just like your guides energy coming through. They want to be heard because they've been trying and trying and you haven't been paying attention. But personally, from me, I really just like wish you your best, wish you the best on this journey, and I hope that you choose yourself in the end. Thank you for watching this video. Till I see you in a different one. Namaste.